Hey everybody, welcome to Canadian Brew Channel. Sean here. Today I'm going to do an IPA that I was inspired to do by watching 21090 Brewing. Those guys are awesome. Go check out their channel. Shout out to them. This is their Haze Is For Horses IPA. Now it's loosely on their recipe because I didn't have everything I thought I would need. But basically it's got 10.75 pounds 2-row. It has 2 pounds of Carahel, half a pound of flaked oats, 1.75 pounds of flaked wheat, and I put in, I use RO water all the time, you guys know that. I put in 8 grams of gypsum and 4 grams of calcium chloride, and I mashed it, right now I'm mashing here at 154 degrees, and it's going to be for 1 hour. So I've got the mash going now for about almost 40 minutes. So another 20 minutes, I'm going to start to sparge, and then we're going to get boiling. I'll see you then. Cheers. Hey guys, I'm trying something different here. I'm holding the GoPro here, and usually I have it on stand, but I just wanted to be able to be mobile a bit around here. Right now I'm heating up my strike water. You can see there, actually I'm up at about 170, and that's about what I want to, not my strike water, actually my, to do my fly sparge in here. I want to be able to flush out all the sugars I'm going to do soon, but I also want to show you these guys here, okay, 21090 Brewing. These guys are great. I've subscribed to them for the last little bit, and that's how, one of the ways I learn to make my beers, guys on YouTube. So this is kind of cool too. I just actually put this in. This is my TV that streams wirelessly, and I'm able to watch brewing videos while I brew, which is pretty cool. But yeah, right now we're just heating up here. Got my propane going, and I think I've showed you guys this before. I've vented out the window out here, keeps all the fumes out, and yeah, we're just about to get right into fly sparging, which is what I always do. I like to fly sparge. Some people batch sparge, I fly sparge because I find it's a lot easier to do. As long as you have a system like this where I'm using gravity and through my kettle, and then I go down into the mash tun, and then there will be a bucket that I'm going to put down here, which I can then pour the water through to get my wort. So I'm about to start setting up for fly sparge. I'll see you in a bit. Cheers. Okay, so I'm set up here now to fly sparge. The temperature's a little bit high in my pot here. It should be around 170. I overshot it a bit, and you can see I've got a strainer in here, and the water is going to pour from my pot down through the strainer, and that's to help keep it basically the hot water to gently sparge over top of the grain that's down in here, and to keep it so it evenly will pour through my mash tun, and then it comes down through this tube here and then goes into this bucket. And I've got this container here, this blue container, and the reason I have that is I first am going to have my first runnings through my mash tun, and they are going to be a little kind of cloudy when it first comes through, and I have to set the mash bed. And so it's called vorlaufing, where I'm going to run about 1 liter or 2 into this container here, and then I'm going to pour it back into the top here, and that'll help clarify the wort. They get clearer and clearer as it goes, and at that time, that's when we'll start collecting it in these buckets, and that will be our wort, and then we're going to start boiling. All right, see you guys in a few minutes. Cheers. Okay, so now I've started fly sparging. So I've got my water, which is coming down through this tube, slowly trickling into the top of the mash tun, and then down here it collects into my bucket. You can see how nice and clear that is because I've already run off a couple liters in here, poured it back in the top, and now the grain, it acts as a filter, and it works really, really well. I did a video the other day and I talked about changing my system to, you know, a higher end system with pumps and all that. I mean, this is my system. There's not much to it. I will go all electric one day because it is a bit of a pain with the propane, but for now, this system, there it is. It works. All right, see you in a few. Hey guys, I just want to show you something. It's kind of cool too. If you start your own channel, like I have my brew channel, like, you know, I can sit here and watch myself reviewing with a couple friends of one of my beers. This is the raspberry sour, and it's kind of fun to be able to do something like that while I'm brewing. So I'm almost finished here, and I've almost collected most of the wort. I've got maybe another 5 minutes to go, and then we're going to start to boil the wort, and then we'll have the hops. I'll see you then. Cheers. So we're now at about 5 minutes before the boil's over, and in this recipe, they want 2 ounces of Amarillo at 5 minutes before flame out, and then they want 2 ounces of Amarillo at 180 degrees hop stand for 10 minutes after we whirlpool. So right now, I'm going to add my delicious smelling, not tasting, Amarillo hops. I've got 2 ounces here, and just gonna add them right up into here. Get all them in. Come on, get out of there. In there, and in they go. All right. So yeah, we got another few minutes to wait, and then we'll come back once we get into doing the actual adding of the 180 degrees, right? Cheers. So now we're going to dump in our last 2 ounces of hops, the Amarillo hops, that are going to go into, I've done the whirlpool already, where basically the whirlpool is when you stir the wort, and it helps to make a cone of all the crap that comes out of suspension when you boil it, so it doesn't get stuck in my water chiller, or chiller here, my plate chiller. And we're looking for 180 degrees, and we are at that right now. So I'm gonna dump this into my hop spider. And for 10 minutes now, and what time we got here? It's 12:58. So 10 minutes from now, I'm then going to take the hops back out with the hop spider, remove it, and I'm gonna chill the wort down, and then we're gonna pitch our yeast, and that'll be the last thing to do. Okay, so I just wanna show you my plate chiller here and how it works. Trying to see if I can see this. You guys can see this properly. Yeah, so that metal thing's plate chiller, and right now I'm chilling the hot wort as it comes down, goes through and goes into my fermenter, and I've got water that's running over here really quickly to chill it off. So this will drop it really quick down to about, well, I'd say 65 degrees in about 5 minutes. So I'm just gonna continue on with this, and I'll get back to you as soon as it's all in the fermenter. As you can see, I miscalculated a little bit of how much wort I'd end up with. You should never really try to be this much on your carboy, because it's going to foam up when it has high krauts, and then that's going to cause it probably to blow off. So I'll have to be careful with, I put a good sized blow off tube on this, but whatever, it's more beer for me, right? So we've got my yeast here, everything has been sanitized, so I'm going to just shake to make sure they're all settled in, and cut this off, and pitch the yeast. Now this right now is pretty chilled. I think it's down about 65 degrees or so, but that's okay. Pitching below temperature won't hurt it, because it's gonna come up with the temperature in the room. So I'm just gonna pitch this in now. And this, I've said this before about my videos, about using dry yeast. Some of it stuck to the sides because I guess my sanitizer wasn't quite all the way dried. Because this is dry yeast, it's all ready to go. It doesn't need to be oxygenated at all. This wort, it doesn't have to be. Now, if you're using liquid yeast, then I would oxygenate with my oxygen stone, but this I don't need to. I just give it a nice whirl just to get the yeast inside all mixed in with the wort. And that's it. And I'm gonna put an airlock on that, and that'll be the end of this video until we do a taste review on this beer. So there concludes another brew day. I actually just took a look. Let's see if you can see this here or not, the temperature, but I hit it pretty damn good. We've got it at about 70 degrees, and you want to pitch around 70, 68 degrees for USO 5. And as I talked about, a blow-off tube, so you can see right there, you've got your airlock, then you add a tube on it. And this tube, I just have it up in the air, back down into this jar. It's got some sanitizer in it, and that's so that when it starts to ferment, it's going to be vigorous. And I don't have a lot of head space here, as you can see. So it's going to spit quite a lot of crap into this bottle here, but that's okay. Okay, it's all about brewing, man. I'm going to have some beer to drink in the next month. So with no further ado, thank you for sharing this time with me. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe and hit the bell so you know when my next video comes. This is Sean signing off for Canadian Brew Channel. Cheers.